My grandmother lives on the 4th floor of an apartment building in Scarborough. It's not the nicest part of town, and the building's a bit of a shithole too. But when I was a kid, I loved going there to sleep over. She'd order Swiss chalet and we'd eat in front of the TV and watch the hockey game. She tells me that my father could have been a much better hockey player if he'd wanted to, but didn't have a passion for the game. She says this, I think, to let me know she's disappointed in him. I feel bad for him when she tells me these stories, even though thematically, he says the same thing to me pretty much every fucking time I see the guy. His older brother Phil drowned in the Elora Gorge when my dad was 7 and Phil was 12. My granny will tell me about how Phil was an excellent hockey player. Phil had a real passion for the game, she'd say. Probably could have gone to the NHL. A shit swimmer, though. Dead brother Phil's been hanging over my dad's head his entire life. Gran tells me there's a guy in her building with a noisy car that keeps waking her up every night. Yesterday she wrote him a note asking him to please fix his car or park somewhere else. She taped it to a can of ravioli and threw it off her balcony hoping it'd land on his sunroof. She told me she used to be very good at throwing things but missed the car by a fucking mile this time only because it was 4 in the morning and she hadn't slept. The can of ravioli smashed the windshield of the car it did land on and it's still sitting there, she says. She asked me to go out and get it when I left. She said I could keep the can of ravioli but was worried about the police tracing the note back to her. I say okay, but when I go, this gorilla jumps out from behind a pile of snow and starts screaming about how I gotta pay for his windshield. I tried to tell him that I was just passing by and I saw it and I picked it up, but he didn't believe me because he says I walked directly towards his car like I already knew it was there. Then I realized this guy's been crouched behind the snowbank for a day and a half just waiting for someone to show up. I said, bro, you're hiding behind a fucking snowbank for a day and a half? What's wrong with you? Then he punches me in the stomach, which I gotta say kinda surprised me, and he starts to walk away like that's all there is to it. And I'm not really much of a fighter, but Jesus Christ, I can't get punched in the stomach and let the guy just walk away. So I say, hey Sasquatch, don't forget your can of ravioli. And I chuck the thing as hard as I can at him, and it's a totally wild pitch and goes nowhere close to his fucking head and ends up smashing the windshield of another car, which turned out to be his wife's car. And he starts charging pretty hard toward me like he's gonna kill me, so I say fuck it, I figure 2 windshields, 1 punch, I'm good. So I start running, and as I'm running, I turn and look up at my granny's balcony, and I see that she's standing there just watching the whole goddamn thing happen. And she's shaking her head like I should be ashamed of myself because I'm running away from this guy. I mean, for fuck's sakes, she throws a can of ravioli off her balcony, misses the shot by a mile, I get punched in the stomach as a result, and somehow I'm a fucking disappointment to her too. And when I get home, I call my dad to tell him what happened, and all he can say is, yeah, Pete, fuck's sakes, she can be hard to please sometimes. What do you want me to say? It's unfucking-leavable, actually. And these are the same people who fucking wonder why I smoke fucking weed every fucking day.